Yes, people. Welcome back to the Big Six, or better yet, how's it going, people? Welcome back to the Big Six.
How's it going?
How's it going, people? Welcome back to the Big Six. Listen, people, welcome back, man. Before you start sending in your messages, why are you late? Why are you late? Why are you late? Listen, there's only one man to blame, and that man is going to be in a hot seat today, and his name starts with a B. And it ends with a Z.
No, we're not going there, bro. Matisse, what time did I get the link?
His name is Havertz.
Matisse, what time did I get the link?
I'd rather blame Grizz, because Grizz wasn't even here backstage.
What time did I get the link, Matisse?
Grizz gave.
TOBS, can you switch everything around? Because it looks.
No. This.
Wait. How did this fucking nerd who I've been defending?
Whoa. Slow down there, buddy. Right, I was here.
The stream has started, and I am here. The stream has started, and I am here. Doesn't matter about backstage. Who wants to be backstage with you, man? Anyway.
Okay, wow.
Listen, Grizz gave the exclusive bomber that he was running late, right?
So he's and I was before 50 minutes, exactly.
He's excused. Babs, what's your excuse?
There's no excuse. I got the link at like 38, 40.
So it's Matisse's fault. And I asked
how am I meant to join without a link? Should I just make it magically appear?
You put the link to everyone. I thought you would have shared it with our friend.
I don't have Babs' number,
bro,
do I?
I'm waiting. I'm going out. Was it starting at 10:30?
I don't have Babs' number, do I?
Wallahi, they sent you the link
number. Wallahi.
Yeah, I got it literally. Matisse sent it literally like 5 minutes ago.
Wow. Babs, I thought TOBS would have sent it to you.
I expect apology now, TOBS.
He doesn't want you here. It's mad.
I don't have Babs' number. I don't associate with many Arsenal fans. You know?
Yeah, that's good. But bro, I wasn't late. I was just waiting.
Okay, you're waiting, yeah. You're waiting. Well, thanks for joining us. Well, thanks for joining us, because you're gonna be grilled today, yeah. There's a lot of questions that you gotta answer for, yeah.
Okay, man.
I hope you're ready, yeah.
Let me get the sunglasses on now, bro. We'll get grilled.
Sunglasses, yeah.
What in the world do you think you're doing? Oh my God, shamelessness, this guy.
I hope you're ready, but you know what? Yeah, we're not even gonna start at Arsenal first. I think we have to start with Steve, man. We got to start with Man City, bro. I was actually flabbergasted when I saw your Champions League record. I think you've lost like 3 of your last 4 Champions League games. It's mad, bro. Talk to us, man. You were at the game, so talk to us, man. What happened?
Not story of the season so far, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's all right talking about the Champions League record. The league record's exactly the same. It's 1 step forward, 3 steps back. It's not good enough. I don't know why people was acting surprised. You know what I mean? If you watch the game, you'd realise that it wasn't very good, and we was never going to win it. How we found ourselves 2-0 up was just pure fluke. PSG were a miles better side. They wanted it more than us. They were better than us on the night. And like you say, there's now I can't defend it. I can't defend it. I can only just tell you what I saw. People that think, oh yeah, Big Steve saying this thing. Do you not think that I feel let down? I spent my money. I've been in Paris since Monday. I've gone there to support the team. At least we deserve his performance, and we're miles off it. But that's the story of our season so far. We know that, and anyone that thinks that it's going to get better anytime quick, it's probably not. You know what I mean? We know where we are this season. We're going to win games. We're going to lose games. We're going to draw games. We're just not that team we was. But as far as the game goes, you've got to give them credit, because they're not even a great side, and they're not. You know what I mean? They're not a good side. You can see by the way they were reacting when they won, how much it meant to them. And listen, look at them in the table of Champions League. It's touch and go whether they're going to qualify. They've got Stuttgart next. Yeah, and Stuttgart and Paris are more or less on the same. City's got Bruges. We've got to beat them. So it's a bit of a mad one, but we're not good enough. You know what I mean? Ruben Diaz goes off, says he's ill. We come out the second half. Savinho's gone off. Grealish and Rico Lewis. I mean, you know my thoughts on Rico in a minute. I just don't think he's good enough. And we were up against it. That's what I said. We found ourselves 2-0 up. I mean, the old Manchester City 2-0 up away. You've seen that game out. You're winning that game. As soon as they scored, it was just literally like, here we go. And, I mean, it could have been 6, 7-2. You know what I mean? They're not good enough at the minute. You know, that's why we've gone out and we're spending the money we're spending and getting players in. But it was embarrassing, to be honest. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it's mad because I missed the first half. I didn't watch the first half. I was told it was a snooze fest. But the second half, I didn't even clock when you scored, but you could literally feel it when they scored their first goal and he set up Dembele, and the place literally just went crazy. And from that moment onwards, it was just like one-way traffic, bro. It was mad, absolutely mad. Barcola was ripping you, man, to shreds, ripping you.
Yeah, and he was good. He was good. They were good. Neves in midfield was good. I feel like they've got a good side, but they're not a good side, if you know what I mean. They look like they're always PSG for the last how many years. They've had Mbappe, Messi. They've had Ibrahimovic, Cavani. Do you know what I mean? They've had all these Neymar. They've had all these superstars to win the Champions League and never got anywhere near winning the Champions League. They got to the final, but they're never going to win it. And you go there and you look at the team again, and they've got good players on paper, but we're not a good side. So don't let that fool you. You know what I mean? They ain't going to win the Champions League. We're not going to win the Champions League. But it's just a matter of defeat. It's like we can't hold on to anything. 3-0 up against Feyenoord, lose. 3-3. 2-0 up against Brentford with 10 minutes to go, 2-2. 2-0 up against Paris Saint-Germain, lose 4-2. 1-0 up against United at home, get beat 2-1. So there's your problem. They can't hold the league. Teams know if they carry on till the end, there's gifts getting given out. Not like, oh shit, we're 2-0 down against Man City. That's us finished. We ain't getting this back like it has been for 10 years. It's totally different. But we know where the problem is. Pep knows where the problem is, and he's trying to fix it.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I know you're saying Pep knows where the problem is and he's trying to fix it. I don't see either of these signings fixing what I think is the problem. And I don't watch them as much as you do. But even to a layman like me, and maybe because I'm talking from experience and recent experience, because my team went downhill very quickly, that team. And your City team is that City team. So we're from the same few areas. Obviously, you won all the leagues. We only won one. But we were the teams that were competing. So I think I'm in a very good position to compare the two sets of players that went through fucking mountains for these managers. Steve, I honestly, and I said this for Klopp and Liverpool players as well at the same time, I honestly think the message is not getting through. It's that core of players, or which I think is more likely, they just can't run anymore, Steve. Anytime a team intensifies the game, anytime a team puts a bit of extra effort in, they're going to wilt. It's eerily like Liverpool. Teams were running through Liverpool. And I see it all the time with Man City. I said it yesterday. I said, if PSG get one, because whatever happened, Man City would always keep the ball in any given game. Like Man City were the masters of keeping the ball. You can't even keep the ball now. And that's midfield, man. And it's not, and I can't see anything on the horizon who's going to fix that just like that in midfield. Of course, Rodri. But even with that, even when Rodri comes back, you need, in my opinion, a whole new midfield. I mean it, a whole new midfield. Not even one or two. I think you need 3 midfielders, like Liverpool brought in 4, banging 1 goal. I don't know what you think about that, man.
No, the midfield's the problem. We know that. But he for some reason, he don't want to go out there and get any midfielders.
That's my point. Yeah.
There's a Rodri situation. The summer's be the time when they replace the midfield. We know that. I mean, he's never been one to go out and panic buy. You might see him go and get Douglas Luiz on loan to get us to the end of the season. That might get us through. But then don't be surprised in the summer if City go out there and grab Musiala or Havertz or someone like that and a couple of midfielders, because that will happen. There's no way there's no way. When people saying, oh, Manchester City are finished and all that, yeah, we're finished for this season. 100% finished this season. But there's no mad decline that's going to happen. I can assure you of that. Sheikh Mansour won't allow that. Khaldoon won't allow that. You know what I mean? And these young kids to getting in, they just pulled the trigger on them early. Mamouche is a great signing. You know what I mean? He's one that a lot of people wanted. So we'll see about that. But I agree with you 100%. The midfield is gone. It's flat. You're cutting through our midfield in 2 passes. And it's embarrassing to watch, but it's where we are. and it's just we've got to ride it. We've got to take it on the chin. It's going to be difficult, but we've got to take it on the chin till the summer.
Yeah, I think it's Grizz hitting a great point as well, because we're looking at Man City off the ball. Like off the ball, they're so vulnerable, but on the ball, they're so easy to press, so easy to knock off the ball. It's mad, bro. Like the worst thing I can say about Man City's midfield is it actually looks as brittle as Man United's right now. Not on quality.
4 goals in 30 minutes.
Quality, in terms of,
but it's unheard of, guys. All those games that he's talked about, Brentford, United, Feyenoord, and PSG, none of them are fucking amazing teams, lads. Let's be honest. Man United, Feyenoord, Brentford, and PSG, none of them are like, oh, Liverpool went on a mad one, or Real Madrid went on a mad one, or do you know what I mean? It was like, these are mediocre teams, and it's like, it's look, obviously
PSG had extra gears to go up though. Not that Man City could.
They did.
I said in our WhatsApp group.
To be honest, Dembele came on and changed the game for me.
Bro, Saeed, listen, I respect that and I respect your opinion, but I said it in the WhatsApp group. I'm telling you, this PSG team ain't all that.
Yeah, they might not be great, but they're
seriously not.
Yeah, but you don't need to be all that to beat Man City.
Exactly. This is my point.
Last few months. We've seen that in the last few months.
We got beat off Sporting Lisbon 4-1.
Sporting Lisbon, who have disintegrated this season.
And it was like we're winning 1-0 in that game as well, by the way.
Yeah.
So there's a common theme. This is what I'm saying. So we know it's not. We know where we are. We got to take it on the chin. He's got to deal with it. But like I say, it's we do look old. But all these people in the chat talking absolute bollocks. Oh, Man City have got to spend the way out of trouble. Hold on a minute, right? Half of them players have been there for 8-9 years. Yeah, 8-9 years. So them players have to leave at some point, and then you freshen it up. So let's not pretend that we've hit a rocky road and we're just going to go and buy our way out of trouble. We're replacing the players that have been there for a decade, which you are entitled to do. So your Kevin De Bruyne's, your Kyle Walkers, your John Stones, your Jack Grealish, your Bernardo Silva, etc., players that have come here for the last 8 years and won every trophy and the treble and all that. Yeah, we are entitled to replace them. So all the little dickheads that talk shit about Man City going, oh, you're fucking spending your way out of trouble. That's not how football works, yeah? Because even if we spend our way out, we've still not spent more money than most teams. So we are entitled as a football club to freshen up. So this 100%. Season is the season.
I'm going to ask you a tough question, though. I'm going to ask you, who would you keep out of this squad? Okay, no, that's two, because there'll be more.
That's
who
easy.
Would you get rid of? Who would you get rid of that will send shockwaves? I need you to send shockwaves, because you can't say, because I was asked the same thing. You know, would you keep any of them? The legs have gone, and obviously sentimental comes in. I know they've won you everything under the sun, and I know all of that. But you need to make tough calls. Who are you getting rid of, Steve?
I don't think they're tough though. But let's see.
I think they are tough calls because they are still champions.
For me, Kyle Walker.
Yeah, he's gone already now.
Yep. John Stones.
Not
only because he's not fit enough, Grizz.
Not fit enough.
Yeah, we don't play more, Grizz, man.
Right? Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne.
Ooh.
I don't think that's
That's not ooh.
That's not ooh.
Jack Grealish now. Mamouche is here. Bernardo Silva. And
that's 5 man.
No, but listen, if we want to freshen it up, we can't only freshen it up a little bit.
Agree.
We've got to go deep. And if Pep's staying and signing a new contract, if Haaland's signing 10 years, if Mamouche is signing, if he's getting Kuzanov and Reese and then Echeverri, etc., then we got to freshen it up. A lot of these players, like you say, what they've done for the football club, they've dominated English football. All these people in the chat crying about Manchester City, you've had to sit there week in, week out crying at home with a fucking doner kebab because Manchester City are slapping you up every week. So at the end of the day, don't get upset about it because this day was going to come. But, enjoy it. Get it out of your system. You know what I mean? There's certain teams been waiting for the decline of Man City so that their team can finally go and win the league. But they're not finally going to go and win the league. They're not.
What about Edison?
Who's that to? I wonder.
What about Edison?
Say anything. They talk a lot of shit. They're bouncing around what they're going to
Yeah.
do. We can't
Man,
compete
speak
until
up,
Man
man.
City are
Don't
gone.
be shy,
Man City
bruv.
are gone.
We got told to
Forget
stay
that
humble,
now.
innit? So we got to stay humble.
Man City are gone. You know what I mean? They walk like Real Madrid, yeah, but they play like fucking Real Betis. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They talk like Real Madrid, but you know what I mean? Really, we know they're not that team. So I'm just saying,
Oh, gosh.
blame Manchester City for a lot of things, but just enjoy our demise because it won't last long. And
No,
the next
but we
season,
can't though. We have to stay
we'll be
humble
back.
the whole time, innit? So
Stay humble.
You're not staying humble.
take on
though.
board the
You don't stay
advice.
humble,
innit?
though.
We have to take
Haaland
on board
was
the
right,
advice,
innit?
innit?
When you're walking around the Etihad like Real Madrid and he said stay humble, he fucking meant it because you're walking around like you've been winning
We weren't,
trophies.
to be fair, though.
You've won fuck
We were
all.
down to 10 men in that specific game, and he said stay humble.
Doesn't matter, you've
I don't
won
get
fuck
what's wrong with
all.
that.
You've still won fuck all and you're going to
But
win
we can
fuck
still
all.
compete in football games. It's not about winning fuck all. That was
Oh,
an
competing
individual game,
FC. You're competing now.
In
Is
that game,
you,
were
yeah?
we not, though? No, but in that
Are
game,
you
were we not?
competing? I thought you're supposed
Well,
to be
right
taking
now,
over.
we're competing more than you are. I'll tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, but we've got 4 league titles in the bank, mate.
That's amazing. I've got nothing against that.
No,
I'm not trying to get into
You're
arguments about
competing,
City
though.
fans
But
winning
you're
titles.
competing.
But I don't know
You're
why Arsenal
competing,
was the
yeah?
first team on your mind.
You're competing. Are you competing?
Oh, yes,
yeah.
we are
You happy
competing.
with
We're
that?
in the Champions League. We're in the Premier League. Of course we're competing.
Competing. Are you going to win it?
I hope so, yeah.
No, you're talking out your ass. You don't even believe it yourself.
So, okay, so we're not competing then.
You
right?
don't believe it. You're not going to win it. You
No,
can
one
compete.
second. We'll talk about that in a different
competing.
conversation. This is a Man City
PSG
conversation.
are competing. Brest are competing. Are they going to win
Fair
it?
enough
No.
then.
Well, the
Okay,
same
then
as
we can
you,
put
mate.
that.
You're not going to win fuck
We'll be
all.
put in that category, but I find it funny that out of all the teams here, the first one that came to mind was us. I mean, the team next to us, Liverpool, they meant to be your biggest rivals, no? I mean, aren't they the team that are like City's, the team that pushed City the furthest away? But of course, Liverpool and City fans go together well, obviously. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously Arsenal. But if we won nothing and we're so relevant, why were we the first guys in your mind? I don't get it.
Nobody said you was relevant. You just
I mean,
said
you brought it up, no?
You just said you were competing.
And I said we are. I answered your question correctly.
Right, so it took how many years under Arteta for you to be competing?
Well, he was here for 5 years and 3 years we competed.
What? Competing for what? What are you competing for?
For a title.
No, you're not, though. Because you don't come
so we
anywhere
weren't in a title
near
race
it,
last
mate.
year.
You nearly what?
So we weren't in a title race last season.
Did you win it?
No, but you're saying we didn't go near it. We were 2 points off. That's just false.
You're missing the fucking point because you're talking that much shit.
So that's not going near a title.
What, you're
Okay, cool. Listen, look, I agree. We weren't in a title race last season or the year before that. We were just a Fugazi team who, you know what I mean, Tottenham and Red. I get it, bro. Is that what you want to hear? Do you know what I mean? Is it going to boost your ego now because your team's not doing that good? Are you trying to use us as a punching bag again? Is that how it is? Do you know what I mean? I haven't mentioned City once. I was quiet in entire conversation. But it seems like Arsenal's on your mind still.
Arsenal's on my mind. Arsenal's on my mind.
You brought him into the conversation, huh?
Yeah, because I just made an absolute perfect point, like you're proving now. You're going all around the houses, yeah, talking how big Arsenal are, and you're doing this and you're doing that.
Have I mentioned how big Arsenal are?
Have
I mentioned how big Arsenal are?
You've not done.
But have I mentioned how big Arsenal are?
How many years?
So stop putting words into my mouth, man. Stop putting words. I'm not saying how big Arsenal are for anything.
Tell me what you've done.
Well, we've got 13 league titles.
Have you? You bottled the fucking league for the last 2 years.
No, you asked what we've done. We've got 13 league titles. How much do you have?
See this? That's what you're more famous for now.
Yeah, okay, so what about that you did against PSG then? That was you against PSG, so don't forget that. Yeah, you were 2-0 up and you bottled that, yeah? Don't get into bottling right now, bro. Against Brentford, that was you as well. And against PSG, that was you against so. So don't give it to me about bottle right now. Because your team's imploding and you've still got Haaland De Bruyne, by the way.
And of all the Arsenal fan base, the guy that talks the most shit out of them all is you, mate.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll take that, bro. I'll take that. I chat the most. I chat the most shit. Me defending my club is chatting shit. I'll take that, bro.
Bav's done this. Bav's done
do you know what it is with like City fans like yourself? What you want to hear is Arsenal is shit. That Arsenal players are shit. I'm not going to say that because I don't think we're shit. Okay, fair enough. Then that's why that makes you even worse because you're below us, by the way.
That's why you lost the league. That's why you lost the league last year.
We're shit. So then United are shit, Liverpool is shit, and so are Chelsea and Tottenham because they were nowhere near us.
Let's fucking move on the show,
guys. Look how emotional you get about Arsenal, bro. I don't get it.
Let's fucking move on.
Are we in your hand as Arsenal right now?
Let's fucking
go. The palm in your hand. Like the 4 PSG goals.
We was invading pitches, mate, celebrating titles. You was crying at home in the kebab shop.
Well done. Yeah, I was crying.
Before we move on from Man City, though, and talk about the big game this weekend, Man City Chelsea, can you talk to us a little bit about Mamouche? Where's he? Obviously, he's just signed for Man City. What's it? 59 million plus add-ons. Where's he even going to play for Man City? Is he going to play off the left, through the middle? Is he going to feature against Chelsea?
Well, I think he could. He might feature He's going to go on the wing, innit? But I don't know who he starts. He play Doku on one side, whether he play Mamouche on the other side, whether he breaks him in, brings him on for Haaland, or he plays him behind Haaland. I think you might see him in a similar role to what Alvarez did. So he may play in a 9 if Haaland's not playing, or he may come on late in a game to sort of link up just behind Haaland. But we're just interested to see how he goes. You know what I mean? It's not like we were saying to Grizz, it's not the position where we were struggling the most, where you'd think, oh, that's going to solve a massive problem. But there has been a problem with no Alvarez. Do you know what I mean? Last season, we had an option of Alvarez, and this season we haven't. It's Haaland or nothing. You know what I mean? So, like I say, he's fit. He's been on great form. Just, I think he definitely. I don't think he'll start against Chelsea, but I do think he'll play at some point.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, listen. Obviously, we've spoken about Champions League. Matisse, I'm not even gonna think of. Did you not even play today? I don't even know if you played today.
No, they didn't.
Did you?
No, we're not playing too much
because I wasn't gonna mention it anyway. But let's talk about this weekend, right? Because I know we've been speaking about Man City. You as a Chelsea fan, obviously you got your first win in what 5-6 Premier League matches against Fulham. How are you looking into this, going into this game? Because
not Fulham.
It's not like not Fulham. I'm saying like the Man City game. You're not coming into it with like the best of form, and you obviously got injuries. But you've heard what Steve has just said about Man City. They look like they're there for the taking. But are Chelsea gonna go to the Etihad and take something?
It's the mob.
Yeah, it's the mob. It's the mob. We will be there. We will be there.
We will be there.
Now speak with some bass in your chest, man. Don't do that. Yeah.
Am I looking forward to it? Depends on the press conference, because Enzo's not fit against Wolves. He doesn't play last game. Malavia's not fit. I just worry about the midfield, man. Thankfully, their midfield is really, really aging and quite tired.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about. You don't worry about your midfield.
Yeah, I know, but Caicedo pulled up against Wolves, and I just feel like we're just running him into the ground, man. We're running him into the ground. If we had recalled Santos or Okachuku for this game, so we could have extra legs in the midfield to partner Caicedo, I would have been a lot more confident, because I just feel like we're gonna need the legs. Even though City they're gassing out in France, obviously in 50-60 minutes, there's still a lot of technical ability in that midfield. There's a lot of, there's still De Bruyne, there's still Foden, there's still proper technicians that can cut you open and do something out of nothing. So it's going to be a very interesting game. Trevor Chalobah has come back. He looks really good in his first game. He's up the levels in the defense. I think the manager's got an interesting decision to make between him, Tosin, and Colwell. Maybe all three of them could even start if he doesn't deem Reece James, fit to start. But Reece James, we would like to start, considering how good he was against Wolves, and he's the captain. You need him for games like this. But in both boxes, Chelsea always concede, and they're not clinical. And this is my biggest problem, because when you're going to the Etihad, you need to do both boxes right. You need to be resolute. You need to be resilient. You need to be switched on. It doesn't matter what form of Manchester City you're up against. You need to be on your P's and Q's. And then going forward, you need to take your chances. And we don't take our chances. We're very, very much misfiring up there. Jackson's in poor form. Our wingers are not contributing enough with the goals. Palmer is chipping in. I mean, output-wise, he's the only one we look to, but he's still not playing well for full games. He kind of drops off in the second half. So I don't know, man. I'll be honest. I would take a point purely because I don't think the team's playing brilliantly right now. They're not in great form, and it would keep us ahead of them. But obviously, if you go there and win, which is ideal, that would be. I don't think it's a massive statement per se, but it's good for us in terms of our confidence and kind of getting our momentum back. And hopefully, the boys will think, "Oh shit, okay, we went to the Etihad and won. We can finish where we need to finish and not bottle this top four and not drop off into 5th, 6th, and 7th and be dicing with all these other teams." But they have to show it, and the manager's got to show it as well. He's got to be proactive. He's got to be at the top of his game. So yeah, man, this is gonna be a close game, very, very close game. If we manage Haaland, If we manage Haaland,
this is a proper this is a proper battle for top 4 game.
Yeah, no, it is. This
is a 6-pointer. This is actually mad. Chelsea, Man City, 6-pointer for top 4 because Man City are suddenly back in it. I know they messed up last week, but a couple of wins and they were back in it. Chelsea, mad start before Christmas. I think it's fair to say since Christmas, you're like in relegation form. So this is like an intriguing. Yeah, this is like an intriguing setup. I don't know which way to go in this one. Obviously, when we get to the predictions, but you're right. Depending on your injury situation, they look mash up and tired. I looked at their bench, Manchester City's, and even the players that came on, there was just no legs. And yeah, you're right. You're running out of legs as well in midfield as well. So it's going to be intriguing how both midfielders set up. Like, is this going to be a really slow-paced game, guys? I don't think this has got the makings of a not like a Premier League, top of the table clash. Yeah. I think it's going to be a proper slow pace. I don't know what you guys think. I think it's going to be a boring game.
I think both teams should take it slow because based upon how we have been gassing out in the second half of most of our games, it's only Wolves really is the outlier recently where we've actually we've stepped up because we conceded before half time. But most of the time in the second half we're dropping off because the energy levels aren't there. And the manager doesn't necessarily always trust everybody off the bench. I think Dewsbury Hall last game was good, but he was playing in a half space, attacking midfield kind of role behind the striker with Palmer, which is where he's actually best because that's where he played for Leicester ahead of the Winks and was it Skip and all these guys or whoever's over there. But with us, we need someone ahead of the defense. We need someone right in front of the defense to help Caicedo. He'll probably put Cucurella in there next to him. That will give us a lot of energy and intensity. Cucurella has been brilliant recently. I'm just worried about
in the midfield, or you're talking about inverted.
Yeah, inverted, but half the time he's in there anyway because he just starts.
You might just find it's just a mad shootout game where both teams just go for it. We've seen it last season 4-4 at the Bridge. It was a mad one. And
can we both afford to do that though? Because we both need the points.
But I think we're terrible, and I'm not saying you're terrible. I'm saying you can be got at. So and we're at home, so the fans are going to demand a level of performance because of the performance in Paris wasn't good enough. So we're going to either fall right into a trap, which you could lay, or City are just going to could just turn it on and get the points. But at the end of the day, it's a 6-pointer. You need the points. We need the points.
Yeah.
What's the difference at the moment?
I think it's 2 points. Let me take a look. I think it's 2 points. Yeah. 2 points. Let me check. This is why I'm saying I would take the point. I wouldn't be over the moon with the point because I think we can win. I don't think a point here is a disaster. I think the points dropped have been poor, and that's why we're looking at this like, well, we need to win. But really, we should be looking at the previous games being like, we should have won those games. I know other teams have beaten you. I know.
Tottenham beat us 4-0. We lost to United, which is the worst the result of the whole season. So the ETIHAD isn't that place anymore.
I hear that, but I had the same logic going to Old Trafford, and Man United are a far worse team than you. They're an absolutely horrific team. No one in this Chelsea chat here can tell me, oh, he don't have chest. I went to SAEED's house. I broke into his house. Yeah, unprovoked, and cussed him and Flex and everyone out because their team are that bad. And we went to Old Trafford and we stunk it up. Absolutely stunk it up. This team have still not beaten a top 6 team this season outside of Tottenham. They have to show the mentality and the quality when it matters against these teams. Whether they're in form or not, they have to go and show that they are capable of winning these games. They didn't beat Man City last year. They drew both games. They were good results at the time for Pochettino. It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but you've got to win big games. Chelsea do not win big games. They don't win enough big games. They don't beat Arsenal. They don't beat Liverpool. They don't beat City. They haven't beaten United. Apart from that 4-3, obviously, Cole Palmer hat-trick and whatnot. But Chelsea do not win enough big games. So I'm not going to sit here and lie and think, oh, we're going to go steamroll. This team have got to... It's not a quality thing. I know they can go there and win. It's up here and physically. Can they last the full 90?
All back areas, man.
Can they last the full 90 and do they have the mentality to go there and do it? Or are they going to shit themselves and say, actually, we will take a point. We'll see.
I don't know who's playing
fullback. Both teams are sloppy. Sorry, go on, Saeed. Go on.
I don't know who's playing fullback for City, but If Rico Lewis is playing in there, man, then
fucking Nunes is playing fullback.
Nunes, that's what I'm saying. Nunes against
Guy's a bozo. He gets over the halfway line and his head turns to mush, and then he don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm looking at Chelsea.
So wait, who's your fullbacks at the moment? Gvardio and Nunes.
Yeah,
yesterday it was Rico Lewis and Nunes.
That's what I'm
Rico
saying,
Lewis
bro.
has lost his head. Rico Lewis looks like a kid that's lost his head.
But the thing is, though, he's not like it's a physical game. They're losing possession. I feel for him, bro. He looks like like it's lambs to the slaughter what Pep Guardiola's doing to him, man.
I was just gonna say, but that's not. I don't think it's Lewis's fault. I think it's
not Lewis's fault, man. So it just doesn't look great.
Messed him about.
I'm looking at the wingers. Yeah, they've got to get their A game. I know Neto hasn't performed well for Chelsea, to be honest with you. Every time I've watched him, but him and Madueke, they're the two key threat, and obviously you've got Palm in there. You have to go at this City defense. They're not stable. They're not, bro. Like, you got to go at him. I'm not saying like go gun hole.
Yeah,
but definitely mid block transition, bang, and then look to catch them off the because they're gonna have more possession than you lot, and you lot are gonna just.
This is what I don't know. They might not. That's the thing. When we've got Caicedo, this is why I'm really annoyed. We don't have Lavia or Enzo fit. Because if Enzo and Caicedo was fit, I would actually expect us to have more possession and dominate the ball. But because I don't know who's partnering Caicedo, I'm like,
It can't be Dewsbury Hall, surely.
Why not?
Nah.
Now what?
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know what he's gonna do. That's why this is why I've been banging on the door for this recall. If we had recalled a midfielder, one of our own midfielders that we already have, that we already signed. They're really good. You saw Okachukwu at Old Trafford. He dominated. Absolutely dominated. If we had recalled him or recalled Santos, I'd be like,
why are you not recalling him though?
Because we like to overcomplicate life for ourselves. You either take Santos.
Why is that?
You either take Santos or Strasbourg. I'll tell you why.
Why is that?
Why are you overcomplicated? What's happening?
Because we don't do normal things. There's no distractions before you get into your little Nacho.
Nacho, brother. I'm distracted you.
We sound like we're gonna loan or sign someone permanently in midfield, which is the reports. I don't really.
I'm not sure he's the guy, man. I've watched him this season. He looks a bit. No, man. I don't know if he's.
Has he just not settled over there? Because he was really good in the Prem.
Yeah,
I don't know. For me, it's an easy decision to bring back Okachukwu. Southampton are getting relegated anyway. You're going to get him game time. He's going to get minutes. It's guaranteed because we have Lavia's injury prone. He ain't going to play games. And Enzo needs rest and Caicedo needs rest. You need to rotate them. But we don't want to do it. So hopefully we don't pay the price. That's the only thing I'm thinking. We'll see.
Yeah, no, I can't lie, bro.
Can we talk a little bit about your impending potential signing? Can we talk a little bit about that, Matisse? Alejandro Garnacho.
Can I say? And I'm not being a prick. But can I say I don't get the outrage? I think it's a lot of it.
Oh, GRIZZ.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put it out there, and then the rest is up to you lot. I think.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what the outrage.
I get it.
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
Before Saeed,
let me finish.
Yeah, but before Saeed comes in and trolls, I'm just gonna answer your question right now. I'm just going to answer your question right now.
Don't ask, would I take him? See what I'm saying?
No, I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to ask you in a minute as well.
We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that.
Ask him.
We ain't got time for that, right? This club have spent so much money, and I don't expect us to spend this amount of money and our front three be Garnacho, Jackson, and say Madueke, for example, or Neto. That's not a front three.
That's scary, man.
Has spent 1.23 billion, 4 billion, right? Now Garnacho, right, at 59 million or 50 million is a poor use of resources.
Facts.
It's a poor use of resources. When you have a team that is missing a striker to compete with Jackson, missing a 20-goal a season striker, when you have a team that is missing a goalkeeper that doesn't make an error per game, when you have a team, right, that doesn't have a leader in the defense. Chalobah, now we're hoping will be that guy, but he's not an elite defender. He's not
world class. So you're still lacking that title-winning centre-back, that A-grade centre-back that plays next to Colwell, that A-grade centre-back that plays next to Tosin, that plays next to Chalobah, because an A-grade centre-back makes those guys look better. We don't have that. Maybe that's difficult to find on the market. But when you're putting that much resources into Garnacho, when you haven't qualified for the Champions League and you don't know what your budget is going to be next season, I'm going to see the same people that are dancing and twerking and bouncing for a player that's not proven in terms of he's not the finished article. We have enough players that are not the finished article in the attack. He's not got great decision making. I know he's got statistics, but he's not a great goal scorer, right?
He's arse, bro.
He's just mid. He's just average, bro. Like he might become good, but he's average. And I'm tired. I said it about Mudryk. Right? I said it about Mudryk when we signed him. I'm tired of these players that need so much hand-holding and so much improvement to their game at Chelsea Football Club. We should be pushing for a title next season. We should be one of the title favorites. And this some parts of this fan base, they don't act like
slow down, buddy.
No. I'm not going to slow down nothing, bro. I'm going to speed up. Yeah. Some parts of this fan base, they don't act like we should be trying to win a title next season. They act like everything is about finances in terms of the profits, the opportunities, the profit margins for 20-year-olds, the wage. We have to. Now, I like the wage structure, but you should be targeting players that are going to step into this starting 11 and push Chelsea towards a title. Not still faffing around with players that are squad players at best. Garnacho is a squad player. I don't believe he's better than Sancho as a footballer. That's my opinion, right? You're bringing someone in on that money to sit on the bench and impact off the bench, because the other player you're replacing, who also isn't good enough, still hasn't got his drugs test back. Ridiculous. Embarrassing, bro.
I think you've convinced me. I think you've changed my mind. The outrage is fair. I think the outrage is fair. The way you've explained it, and I admire.
Chris, how many players have to come through the door?
No, listen, you know Chelsea.
They're linking Felix with moves away. Renato Vega's left. He came last summer.
All I'm saying
is linked with moves away. He came last summer.
Okay,
how many players have to keep coming through the door before people?
I just want to say this before you go.
Actually, let's focus a little bit on what we need, prioritize it, and stop fucking about. How many players do we need to sign? Is it 50, 60, 70 revolving door players that people forget about? Yeah, people that get lost in the under-23s, players that get sold on the back end of the transfer window because we can't find a loan from them because we haven't got enough international loans. How many players have to keep coming in and out for people to get into their heads that we're not making enough progress with the amount of money we've put towards this?
The biggest point that you made, and I agree with, the main thing that really got
Robert, man, back us up, man.
No. Robert needs to explain this elite recruitment gimmick that he's been running, right? But what I will say is, if your funds will be impacted for the rest of the team, then it's wild. But hear me out. If it's replacing the likes of Felix, Mudryk, and even to a certain extent Madueke, then in my opinion, in the Premier League, he'll be better than them. He's not a better player. Let me land. I think he'll have a more impact than the likes of Mudryk.
Can I say? I find it very. Sorry, just before Tobes goes, I find it very hypocritical that a club that are basing their policy of signing young players then don't have the patience to develop said young players to the level that they said they would be when they came here. You're going to now bring in a Garnacho at 20, who's going to take 3 years to develop to the player that. Hold on. He's going to take 3 years to develop minimum to the player that you think he is. And in 1.5 years, Chelsea fans are going to be tired of him already, pissed off with him already, because he's going to have poor decision-making. He's going to have a lot to learn. And then they're going to tell me the next 20-year-old is going to be the one that's going to be ready to bring in the title because they don't have the patience. If you're not going to fully develop the player, which we can't claim we have with Madueke, we haven't fully developed the player. We haven't fully developed Mudryk. We haven't fully developed any of these wingers.
Anyway, you don't develop anyone.
Then don't bother bringing them in. Don't bring them in. You're wasting time.
Fair enough.
Can I do my prop, please?
Can I just say though? Can I just say?
Yeah, go on, Toby.
What I don't get, right, is the guy's not good. Like, he's not good. If you look at the options Chelsea have, like, Chelsea has spent all this money on wingers, and they're still searching for like a bad boy on the flanks, right? They're still searching for a bad boy on the flanks. I just think that's a poor use of funds. Like, even if you think that Chelsea need an upgrade on their wingers, which they do, why is Garnacho the choice for the upgrade?
Recruitment. That's what they've analyzed.
Yeah, but it's not elite recruitment though, is it? Because
I agree, it's not. But
yeah, but the point I'm making is even the manager. Okay, cool.
Want him because I can't see him going there. He's got.
The bids tomorrow.
I can see him going there.
You reckon? I think
he's a twisted nut, and it's a twisted club. Twisted owners, twisted agent, twisted club equals marriage made in heaven for me, mate. I love it.
Listen,
I'm telling you, this is a twisted transfer.
Can I interject?
Before you do, let's actually look at the players that he's coming in to potentially bench. Yeah.
It's not that deep, TOBS. We don't need to look that deep into.
No, but it's the truth though, because obviously,
move on, man. We got somebody.
But like, let's deep it. So they're selling. I think João Felix is overrated anyway. But like João Felix, at his worst, he's a good player. There's no way on earth you can watch João Felix in a game of 90 minutes and watch Garnacho and tell me Garnacho is going to do more.
What are we trying to do, SAEED? Tell me.
I'm just saying though.
We just signed Felix 6 months ago. So tell me what we're trying to do. How can you tell me Felix doesn't fit after 6 months?
Listen, can I check, please?
No, because you're just coming on here to chat shit, bro.
Because I'm just tired.
Yeah,
of this energy. You know, 2 years ago, they sold us Mason Mount. You know, really, TOBS. These man, you think we're feeling sorry for these guys, man? That man sold us Mason Mount, brother. And this brother's got 1 goal and assist in a Man United shirt. He's missing right now. MIA. It gives me great pleasure, to give you Garnacho for 59 million British pounds. A Puskas winner. Who in your team has got a Puskas? Who?
Who's got a Puskas?
Fucking hell.
Who won the Pussycat the year before?
Yeah. Who in your team has got that?
Who won the Pussycat?
Listen to me, I want that money. I need that money. You man pay up, You man flip your talents. So you're going to do whatever you want. You know, you can go sell him for a bit of profit after. Do what you got to do. Because you're getting talent. Today, I've seen about 5,000 players United, Chelsea have been getting today. So just another player. So take him, embrace him. Alejandro, repeat after me, Matisse. Alejandro Garnacho. I want you to repeat, Matisse.
This is hell.
This is hell, bro. This is hell. Do you know how many left wingers there are in the world, TOBS? Can I just go full circle? We sold Hudson-Odoi for 3 million,
bro.
Right? And by the way, I'm not angry. I'm not angry with that because we needed to give him game time. We were bringing loads of players, and he was never going to get the opportunity.
Crazy.
But he's better than 3 million. We are about to get a downgrade 3 years later for how many X times the price? But people are dancing and cussing me because I'm not happy about it. Why can't you be happy? It's the same shit the Arsenal fans said about Havertz. Why aren't you happy? Why aren't you happy? Why aren't you celebrating? You know why? Because I got a fucking opinion of my own. And you can mention one of my failings of Duran, but you will bring up my W's of Mudryk when I told you already that this guy wasn't good enough as well. So let's be balanced. Let's be cordial. This guy. We've come too far for this bollocks. If this was at the start of the project, I'd allow it. I'd be like, you know what? Fair enough. Start the project. We're 4 transfer windows plus in.
What
5.
You in?
They said judge us after 4 windows.
Robert,
this is the 5th window, and they're signing Garnacho in the 5th window. The 5th window. Man, this is crazy.
Do you know what I don't get? I will read it. But do you know what's mental? Do you know what's mental though? For me, what's mental is like I saw this tweet. It said Chelsea spent 60 million on Pulisic and replaced him replaced him with 65 million Mudryk and replaced him with 60 million Neto, and now we're replacing him.
But bro, I'm the bad guy for saying, hey guys, this isn't right. We should reflect. We should reflect, guys. We should be a bit more responsible with our money.
and really make sure that whatever we put our money towards is an absolute bona fide proper player. I'm the criminal though. I'm the criminal because I don't want. I'm the criminal for not wanting any more gambles and risks.
Hudson-Odoi,
He
ain't even levels like that, and he is
brothers. Listen,
when
I done a monologue on Chelsea,
miles clear.
When I done a monologue on Chelsea's model a couple of seasons ago, when these guys came in, and the likes of Rob and Chelsea fans came for me and said, I'm bitter, I'm jealous. It's because I got no money, because I'm a Liverpool fan. We got this. You're just jealous. We got Lavia. We got Caicedo. We got all of these signings, and they kept laughing in my face, saying, you just can't take it. We're on the upwards curve. We're coming back. And I said to you, look, you will never be back. And you're run by Cowboys, and you will forever. You haven't got a structure in place. You keep bringing in sporting directors, sacking sporting directors. Your recruitment team keeps changing every 12 months, 16 months. Fuck your recruitment team. Your manager keeps changing. Your players keep changing. Young player strategy, old player strategy, experienced strategy. What about no fucking strategy? I'm telling you now, and I'm saying it again. I said it 2 years ago, and I'll say again. 2 years on, you have still no strategy. Now I heard you're looking to buy back 2-3 youngsters from Strasbourg or something. There's another Brazilian link with you. You have absolute zero strategy, and there are still people in the Chelsea fan base. And Matisse, fair play to him. I'm not, sucking up to him because he's on my show and we're on the same panel and whatnot. But he spoke sense there. He explained to me why I thought he's going to get a bit giddy and talk to me about Garnacho. But his response was bang on. Because if it's ruining the rest of your team, look at the rest of your team. You spent 200-300 on midfielders, yet you're probably going to go to City with Dewsbury Hall in midfield. Make that fucking make sense.
It's mental.
You've got about 5-6 centre-backs that you bought. Make that make sense. None of them are world-class. No, name me a world-class defender at Chelsea right now. Name me one. You've got about 10 on your books. 4 fullbacks, 6 centre-backs. Name me one. Your goalkeeper's so mid. And you lot still talking about recruitment, buying. We got money. We're going to buy again. We're going to buy again. We need another 300 million. That's how not football.
Let's move on to predictions, right? Let's do predictions and then we'll do super chat. So obviously the big game this weekend. I'm gonna start with you, SAEED, since you're top of the prediction league. What's your scoreline for this game?
I'm gonna go for 2-2.
2-2. Okay. You know what? I'm next after you. I'm going to go for a 2-2 as well, man. I've gone for Man City wins too many times and they just keep dropping points. Steve, what are you going for?
2-1 City.
2-1 City. Obviously, Turkish was before me. Turkish has gone Man City to win 2-1. GRIZZ, who are you going for?
We can't all go for 2-2. This could be a 3-3, man. But then I said it's going to be a dead game, so I've got to make sense here. I'm going to go for a 2-1 City.
2-1 City.
I don't know. I genuinely can't see City winning, really, but I'm just going to try to be different with the score.
Matisse?
I'll go with a 2-2.
A 2-2, yeah. Fair. Okay, cool. That's all the predictions.
Oh, I know why I'm going for 2-1. Is Mamouche? You think Mamouche is going to make an appearance?
I don't know if he's going to make
anyway, so no point now, anyway.
Be on the bench,
it's done now. Let me just quickly read some super chats as well. So big up Chris. I'm gonna read his one now. He says, big up all Garnacho. He could have been in red, but he chose blue instead. Viva Garnacho. Shout out troops for this. Taylor says 60 million down the drain. Garnacho scores again.
Nah, if we start hearing that.
Oh God.
AP says, I don't understand this fan base. I've seen flipping Hazard and Zola. Flipping Nacho. SMH. KP Master says I should read the super chats. I'm reading the super chats, brother. Yeah, relax. Yeah. R Dash says that SAEED sales pitch was like a charcoal seller trying to sell a fridge. SAEED clutching hard because he knows he needs the P to get other bums through the door. Wow. Here's one for you. League GA the last 2 seasons. Pedro Neto 14, Pedro Porro 16. That is actually appalling. Wow.
Yeah, Neto's not known for that, bro.
Yeah, he's not, and it's poor. At Chelsea, a bigger club. He's got.
That's why they go for Garnacho, because
I like Neto, but he's been pants.
There you go.
For the most part, I can't lie. Robert, he's a
fraud,
this guy's actually deluded. Fraud. He's a goal scoring left winger, which is a profile we lack. The outrage was the same about Gordon, Duran, Samu. Sit back and let the scouts do their job. Elite recruitment. Okay,
yeah,
no
he said Mudryk was a goal scoring winger, but he doesn't want to bring up how that's going because that's the person that's being replaced. But he's going to give credit to deals that didn't get over the line.
So Blaze says some people talking too much about my board now. At least I know Palmer and James will never run their contracts to the last years. Focus on your own Cowboys.
I'm focused, brother. He's talking about me.
I think we're. Oh, there's one more. It says, "Big up panel. Would you take Mudryk or Garnacho?"
Garnacho all day long.
There's a whole world out there. The world is your oyster, and you want us to choose between these two. Like there's not millions of Lord heaven.
Garnacho's got more use than Mudryk.
SAEED, please,
bro. They're both arse. Like, come on, man.
SAEED, keep him, and show us the use, please.
Can we ask the question? Can we get the question out of the way this week? Tobes, would you take Garnacho?
I wouldn't even take him for free. Big man thing. I wouldn't.
Ahead of Werner. Werner or Garnacho?
By the way,
no. Ask the question.
No, he don't.
That is a Tottenham fan saying with Timo Werner and Son, who's cooked. Yeah,
you would take him ahead of Werner, man.
I wouldn't take him. Stop telling me I would take him. I wouldn't take him.
One yes or no. It's Werner or Garnacho.
No, it's not Werner or Garnacho because Werner's on loan. Werner's not good enough for the club. So this is what I don't get.
But he's asking you a separate question.
Yeah, but the answer to that is Garnacho. But I'm saying it doesn't matter because if you've already established that one player is shit, being better than shit does not make you good enough. That doesn't make sense.
This is the argument we have here.
It's so crazy. What?
Oh, but he's better than what we have. I can guarantee you right now, if Garnacho played for Chelsea and Madueke played for Man United, they would just literally switch the shit around and just say, "Oh, we should get him because he's better." They would literally just do the same thing.
Bro, he's arsed. I'm sorry, he's arsed. Anyway, let's.
Garnacho gets into Spurs for me.
I don't care if he gets into Spurs. I'm telling you, I wouldn't take it.
I'm giving my opinion. I heard your opinion. I'm giving mine.
It's not hard. We don't have good wingers, but I'm telling you.
Let's ask everyone one by one.
No, let's move on. Let's actually move on.
Does Garnacho get into Spurs?
Let's move on.
Yes.
That's not what I've argued.
Does Garnacho get into Spurs?
Yes, he does.
But that's not what he does. So you're taking Garnacho over Son.
But it's a downgrade from 13 to 15 for now. I don't think he wants to.
Do you want me to be honest?
Garnacho over Son.
Yeah,
I want you to
know what? He doesn't get into Spurs. I'm playing.
So then, what do you mean he gets into Spurs? So then that means he doesn't.
He does get to your team. Your current team, he gets into.
That's not the argument. That's saying nothing. Werner gets into.
Listen, I'm playing Mikey Moore and Kulusevski. At the wings.
Relax, man.
Oh my God, Mikey Moore. Matisse, thank you.
All right, one second. Bomba, 1 second.
What's the bomber?
Go on.
Yo.
Yeah, man.
Put it near the mic.
For Tottenham and Chelsea.
Garnacho starts for Tottenham and Chelsea.
There you go, man.
Tottenham and Chelsea.
By that logic,
you know what?
I don't care what he says.
As well. Yeah, tell Turkish Arsenal as well.
I got a minute. Hold on a second.
He starts for Arsenal.
Wait, what do you mean? Hold on a second.
Hold on a second. He starts over Martinelli and Trossard.
Yeah. He starts.
Yes,
he starts. Martinelli's trash anyway, man.
That's what we really should be talking about.
Martinelli being trash. Martinelli got 16 goals this year. That's more than Neto over the last 2 years combined.
Martinelli's trash, man.
No, we should be talking about.
Yeah, Martinelli's got more league goals this year than your wingers have got combined over the last 2. Let's not go there right now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, bro? And also, Tobes, don't give it to me right now, bro. He would help your relegation battle. You should sign him anyways.
We can carry on now.
Let's move on. Garnacho is shit, bro. There.
Don't group me with you guys right now, bro. Hang on a second, bro.
We can carry on now.
Oh, brother, we ain't done nothing, bro.
The fixtures this week are kind of kind of dry, aren't they, man?
Brother, they're not dry, bro. They're big games, man.
I mean, to be fair, I was looking at one, and I think
all our games are big games, but Toast, man. Don't downplay them, man. We need to win.
They're dry as hell, bro. They're dry as hell. But you know what? Since you're talking, let's move on to you, man, because I think you've probably
let's move on, man.
I think you've probably got the hardest game after Fulham away. How are you feeling about that one?
We're losing.
What the fuck?
Brother, I'm here for the vibes, bro.
Oh, what, the Rangers are doing it for you tonight, nah.
Brother, you see us in the Europa League, we're third. You know what I mean? Life is good. I'm beating the Europa League. Premier League, I don't know what that is, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, brother, Fulham are gonna absolutely toast us, bro. We were struggling tonight against Rangers, man. Where would Rangers finish in the Premier League, man? I think they're about 13 points behind Celtic. Fair play, they tried. They stayed in the game. They showed a bit of desire and passion, but all in all, man, Ugarte should have scored. Maguire should have scored. Garnacho, funny enough, should have scored. You know what I mean? What else is there? Yeah, I think we had chances, but it's still poor. There's still, you know what I mean? Things, a lot of problems still in this team. And yeah, man, Fulham they're a good team, man. Robinson, I don't know if you man realize he's got about 10 assists, is it, or something like that? He's got a mad amount of assists, you know. He's crazy. I can't lie. I think Jimenez is playing brilliant, I think, this season as well. They've got good players, strong centre-backs. I'm not looking forward to this at all. And the reality is we're going to lose again. And yeah, bro, Mud Brothers, TOBS, it's peak out here. And the reason why I'm so kind of pressing on this money for Garnacho is that we at the minute need the money, innit? So for us to get 60 million, we could potentially get 2 players with that. You know what I mean? We get a couple of players with that money. You know the ones there. So we're looking at Dorgu, who's come from Lecce. I don't know if you guys have seen him.
Yeah, we will know him as well.
You'll know him, innit? That's your guy, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Sign him. That's what I'm saying.
Hey?
I hope you sign him. That's what I'm
saying. So you don't rate
him? He doesn't rate him.
Oh, okay, I thought you'd be one of them. You're my guy in that.
I hope you sign him.
Okay, listen, I don't know much about him. I prefer Kirkes, but we need a body. He is someone who fits the profile of what we want. It is a scout, you know what I mean? That's better. Apparently, funny enough, we scouted the City player that's going to them, but guess who didn't want him? Ten Hag. You know that was it from Uzbekistan? Yeah. Apparently, United wanted him last summer. Ten Hag said no. So our scouts normally are quite good, but the managers, obviously, they're the ones that have kind of effed it up in the past. So he's a scout, which makes me feel a little bit better. You know, he is a PMP kind of player that we need. We need someone who's athletic, man, to go up and down that wing back row, because we are dying with Dalot at left wing back. He's just not it. So we need that. We need reinforcements. Cunha's around. I'm sure Arsenal want him. Everyone wants him. Nottingham Forest want him. So we need reinforcements, man. You get me? It's a big end to the window, man. So the quicker that, you know, Chelsea pay up and that, the quicker we can get our stuff done, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, I'm not here. Listen, I know, TOBS, I pressed you a lot about your team, but no one could come up to me and say, yo, listen, are you guys winning? You know what I mean? You back your team. They're 8, man. I've just seen enough. The league's dead. You know what I mean? If we win, it's a surprise. I'm loving life. You know what I mean? But if not, you know, it is what it is, man. We're not good, man. To be fair, if Fulham win today, the saddest thing about today is that they're in 10th. If they beat us, we're 10 points behind them. That right there is absolutely criminal, man. For a team to be in 10th, but then to be 10 points ahead of us if they win us, that's criminal, man. So, yeah, man. See what happens in it on Sunday, man. Don't know what you guys think, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen, Man United are just you're in a heap of shit right now, man. Honestly, and you can't even upgrade your team for the reasons that you stated. Fulham, if they're on it, it's a very, very long game for them. And I remember the game. I remember the game at Old Trafford. I actually thought I know you created, I think on paper, you created enough chances to win the game, but I didn't come away from that thinking, Fulham were bested here. I thought they could have easily grabbed something out of that game and no one would have said anything. So,
listen, that man is a good manager, you know. There's a good crop of managers in the Premier League now. Him, Iraola, deserve their flowers, man. So, big up to them, man. And like I said, Jimenez is on some mad form. Cifro, you know, it will be. They got a mixture of technical players, PMP, You know, so they're going to cause the problems, man. And today we just about survived. So, yeah, I mean, so
United wasn't that good tonight against Rangers. To be fair, Rangers could have been 2-0 up early doors, and they're not a good side. But I don't know. United, I mean, there's big problems there. You've got to admit, Saeed, that this Jim Radcliffe thing, he doesn't look like he's the saviour that the saying he's got to be. The manager, look, I think you've got to admit now, Ruben Amorim has definitely bitten off more than he can chew there. He's not expected it to be that bad. You can tell that by the body language on the guy.
No, absolutely, you're right.
Get rid of the United players tonight. I mean, the United fans tonight was give Garnacho an unbelievable reception. They didn't stop singing his name. So is that telling you that the fans don't want him to go? Will there be a genuine question? Will there be a section of the United support that if you sell Garnacho to Chelsea, are going to go crazy?
I don't think they'll go crazy, but they'll be pissed off 100%. You know what I mean? But the reality is we need that money to go and get better players. You know,
so what are we on now? January 23rd. You're going to sell Garnacho in the next couple of days, and you've got to go out there and get a replacement to keep the fans.
Yes.
In 5 days.
Yeah, literally what, a week and a bit. Man.
Realistically, not taking a piss. Realistically, who do you want? Who would be the signing if you got rid of the Garnacho and you brought this guy in? The fans would go, fair enough. We have upgraded.
At the minute, I'm struggling, but for me, it's got to be Dogu first of all.
And honestly, are they going to come to Manchester United in your position where you are now? No Champions League football next season.
Listen, I've got to trust the hierarchy, man, to bring them in. You know what I mean? There's maybe some loan players that we could go and get. I know we've talked about João Felix, but it's probably better suited in this left-hand role. You know what I mean? Can we go there? You know what I mean? There's a few options. Cunha, I mean, I don't know what money it's going to be, but it's going to be still a big money. Listen,
Arsenal talking about Cunha now.
Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, bro. Nottingham Forest, man, are talking about him. My word, these bots are mad. But I think, honestly, bro, for me, they've got to do it. If they don't, brother, this season is going to be, it's going to be khalas, bro. You know what I mean? You might as well forget all expectations because we are in trouble. He don't want to play Casemiro. Anthony's going out. Garnacho's going out. Look at Rashford. Bro, like he's just watching. This guy, Anthony's out the door, but yet he's still got Rashford at the stand. So there's problems there as well. So if we can get some money out of these lot, then maybe we could do something. But right now, it is looking peak, man. It is looking peak. It is. But the match going fans will always want players to stay. You know what I mean? That's just a common theme. But like the owners have got to think what they want and get the money in quickly.
I know we want to do predictions, but I thought let me get in this super chat right because it's quite fitting. Obviously, he locked up Yamal the other day. Alvaro Fernandez,
bro.
So big up Nivek. He says Man United got a 60 million buyback clause on the left back that locked Yamal on Tuesday. If you guys are so low on funds, why are you not looking at that deal?
Yes, we should look at that deal.
Is he good going forward, Saeed? Is he good going forward?
Yeah, he is going forward. He was excellent against Barcelona. He's very direct, very technical as well. You could get both if you wanted to, Dogu and Fernandez. You know what I mean? Because Dogu can play right wing as well, right wing back, left 10, left wing back. So he's very versatile, Dogu, and he's attacking as well. So you could get them both under 50 million euros, which is what Chelsea are going to give us, hopefully, or a bit more. So you could get both of them, but I don't know. We're going to wait and see. But I thought it was a brilliant performance. Locked up, really, let's be honest, Yamal, but one of the best wingers in the world football right now. Played amazing, man. So, yeah, we've got 16 million euros buyback clause. No brainer. Go and do it. Simple.
Fair enough. All right, let's get on to predictions, man. Saeed, I'm going to start with you. You've already said you're going to lost. Yeah. You already said you're going to lose, sorry, but what's the score going to be?
Score, I'm going to say 3-1 Fulham.
Lord. Okay.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to go 2-1 Fulham. Yeah. Really, I should be saying Turkish's score first because he's actually second in the table. So Turkish actually went for 2-1 as well to Fulham. Steve, what are you going for here?
2-0 Fulham.
2-0 Fulham. GRIZZ?
1-1.
1-1. Matisse?
Heroic draw.
Are you sure, GRIZZ, man? You're gonna regret this, you know.
2-1 Fulham.
You're gonna 2-1 Fulham. And you know what, Babs? I may as well get yours as well. What are you going for here?
2-1 United.
2-1 United. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. And with that, we may as well move on to Arsenal, man, because there's a lot of super chats for you, Babs, man. A lot of people been waiting for you, man. Big up P Dubs. He says, "Bring me Babs's head on a spike." Shout out to the Discord family. Big up the boys. Winning in Europe isn't for everyone, is it? Slicko or Zeke or Yaga. Okay.
Who are these people?
Okay.
We won in Europe,
Babs, obviously you lot are away this weekend to Wolves.
Yeah,
is that
Wolves
right?
away. Yeah,
Wolves away. Nice morale boosting 3-0 victory after that terrible result the other weekend. How you feeling heading into this game?
The thing is, I'm fairly confident because I think we can get into the lead and take advantage of it. But the issue is when you've got no Saliba at the back, it's kind of who do you play there? So you got Kivio sometimes plays there. You played against Dynamo. You have Timber that can play there, but then it goes Partey right back. I think Ben White's close to returning, but he won't be available for this game here. And I think that's the issue right now is we can't keep the lead. You look at the game against Aston Villa, and I don't think the goal-scoring issues has been as big in recent games. Against Villa, we scored 2, go 2-0 up. Against Dynamo, we scored 3 as well. But I feel like right now, this team doesn't have the ability to win games in difficult states. So, game goes 2-2, you still got time to win that game. We don't have the ability then, under that pressure, to go and score a winner. And I think that's the biggest issue right now holding us back in terms of any title race. Without Saka specifically, we don't have a guy who can break the game. When it's 1-0, it's 0-0, easy game state, less pressure on the game, and it's the first half. You score the first goal, we're good. But I don't think right now we're dealing with the pressure like we were last season. But I kind of understand it as well because I don't think we've got our main attacker who was the guy providing moments last season and taking pressure off the other players to go and do their thing as well. So I'm confident we can win this game, and we have to win this game because Wolves are 17th, and we've actually got a very good record against the teams in the bottom half. I think we won everyone but one. So I think we'll win this game. But listen, with Cunha as well and how narratives work, it's like an audition at this point. You might score, Twitter might like it as well. But no, I think we win this game. So I'm confident about that.
Fair enough.
Are you happy? Are you happy with Havertz as your striker currently?
I think with Havertz as a forward, I'm perfectly fine with it. As our go-to striker, no. I think we need to improve on that. I think we have to have another option. But as a forward, I think he's perfectly fine. 14 goals this season. 8. I think he's got more goals than Neto, Mudryk, Felix, Sancho combined. In the league, by the way.
The striker has more goals
and throwing
than
in
the winger.
Nkunku as well into that as well. And you're saying striker, but you actually like he ain't played midfield as well. Like I'm just trying to say,
he plays striker.
No, he has played striker, but he's also played in midfield though.
He can't play midfield.
Can or cannot, but he has been playing in midfield.
It's a nice deflection tactic, but according to your tweets, he was one of the names that was listed in the front three of, oh, this is not good enough, we need to make change. Yep. So you sound like so before you get so excited over there to start trying to diss my forwards, which I've already said are not good enough, but you're meant to be winning the title this year. Are you saying that Havertz needs to be benched by an Isak?
No, I think.
So where's he going to play, Babs?
Havertz plays alongside our striker, but it's about building a team.
No, he doesn't. You only play one striker.
One sec. If you're going to ask me a question, let me answer.
You got to let me speak. No. But
don't ask the question if you're not going to let me answer it. So basically, answer how you want to answer. That's what you're saying. So answer what you want me to say. I'll answer properly, bro. I think if a striker comes in, we can play Havertz alongside him. I think look at him in Leverkusen. One second. Let me answer the question, brother. Focus to your bottom half battles right now. Right? What I'm saying to myself right now, Havertz was signed for £70 million by Chelsea. Which position did he used to play? What was he? He was a secondary striker.
Don't worry about us.
The thing about Havertz, the reason why £65 million makes sense is because he can play as a striker. He can play as a 10. He can play as a secondary striker. You act like you can't. And that's why Chelsea signed him in the first place. If you don't think that's the case, then I don't think you know the profile.
They're changing his position again, terms because they can't.
No, we're not changing his position. You're not getting the point.
No,
He's
no,
a player
you
who can
t-
play
you
in
come
many
on here.
positions.
You come on here and told me he's a striker and he's got
Yeah,
all
he's a
these
striker.
great
He
numbers.
can play as a
up
second
front,
striker and as a striker.
Up front, all these great numbers. And actually,
I mean, I
last
just
season,
gave you a great number.
the reason
didn't I?
why his numbers weren't as high is because he was playing as a midfielder.
I
which
think,
was
do you
his
know what it is?
reputation.
One
And
second,
now
one
you-
second. Let
now
me give
you
you
put him
another
up
great
front.
number.
Hold on, Grizz.
Right, one second, one second. Let me give you another great number. If you want some more great numbers, 18 goals and assists this season.
Stop.
That's more than Watkins. That's more than Jackson. That's more than Sesko. Yeah.
Then you shouldn't have a problem then. So why are you?
But it's not
tweeting?
about that. But it's a
Why are
point.
you-
This
You're
is
not
what I
getting
was
the point.
saying, Matisse.
You're
Hold
not-
on, this
we're
is
not
my
talking
point.
about goals.
Guys, this is my point. This is where I was gonna go. Exactly that, Matisse. There's no point. What's the word? Flogging a Steve. What's the saying, man? Old fucking saying. Flogging a old.
I'll help you. I'll help you.
Flogging a dead horse.
But
Yeah,
there's no point flogging a dead horse, right? We've done the fucking Havertz chat. The way, in my opinion, is
Hold
just
on,
my
we haven't done
opinion.
it. No,
Well, hold on.
No, we haven't done it with Babs. So I know you're. No,
I hear you.
we're gonna hold.
Wait, hold on.
No,
I hear
we're
you.
gonna hold Babs.
People are gonna hold.
No problem.
when,
That's fine.
They're talking
because
accountability when their strikers got less goals than him in the first place.
When Babs wanted
Why are
to
you
come
holding
in
me
here-
accountable?
When Babs wanted to come in here, because when you wanted to come in here and you're Undertaker, your Undertaker
bro, I
scene,
got invited
and
to
you
come
wanted
on,
to
it's
talk
nothing wrong with
about Kingdom Kai and Havertz.
I still
up
see
front
Kingdom Kai.
and all
I've
the
got nothing against
statistics.
Havertz.
So then why are you
But
trying
this
to
is
why are you trying to
no,
move
but
him
this,
into
I want to come with a
position?
different angle though, Matisse. You don't know where I'm going with this. You always listen. Sometimes listen to me. Always. Okay.
This is a very emotional conversation.
Where I'm gonna go? Yeah.
We'll
Where
be
I
waiting
wanna
to cook
go
you
with
for
this- No. Look,
You
with
waited.
Arsenal fans, the way I address Arsenal fans is okay. No problem. If everything is fine and everything is so great and everything is so structured, everything is so planned, thought out, scientific. Where are the problems? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear
But-
where the problems are, because there is problems. You cannot say you should be where you are out of the cups pretty much. You're not going to win the Champions League. You may win the Champions League.
It's
Okay,
squad.
we'll leave out of it. And you're floundering, is fair to say, at this stage in the Premier League. I don't think it's over. You could still be in it. So where has the drop off been? Because you did sign a brand new. A lot of people were saying the new Palmelo Maldini. You've got Jurriën Timber back and fit. The new, I don't know what you lot labeled him as, the all-encompassing Dutch footballer supreme. You're still in denial or refusing to accept, whichever way you look at it. You're in denial about Havertz, or you're refusing to accept that he's not great, right? So where are the issues then? Because at the moment, I see you pretty much Declan Rice FC. You take out Declan Rice out of this Arsenal, obviously without Saka, you are a very, very average team right now without Declan Rice. Declan Rice, for me, is carrying Arsenal right now. Every performance is Declan Rice. So where are the issues then in your eyes? Because that's what I want to know. Unless
I'm
there's
gonna
no
answer
issue.
this. No, I'm going to answer this but I want to answer this. I don't want to get intervened constantly, right? What I see is, we talked about Havertz, and you said that, I made him out to be good. Not perfect, though. It's good. It's very black and white thinking. If I think a player is good, that means I think he's world class. If he's bad, then I think he's awful. Havertz is in between that right now. He's not world class. He isn't Bukayo Saka. He's not our main attacker. But his numbers put him up there as one of our main goal scorers. He's a goal threat. In every game he plays, he can score a goal. He can score. We saw against Chelsea last season. But this year, the issue has been, without your main attacker, Bukayo Saka, Havertz, Trossard, Martinelli, these players have to step up more. But they're not the same quality as Bukayo Saka. It's like if I take out Mo Salah from Liverpool tomorrow, do I expect Liverpool to attack at the same rate? No. They might still score goals. On the odd occasion, they might surprise you, but Salah's the main guy. Bukayo Saka's our main right winger. He's our main attacking threat. He's the most game-changing type player we have. Without him right now, our attackers haven't been able to get us to the title competing rate where we're like a point behind Liverpool, or there and thereabouts. We're still 6 points off. It's not far away, but we're not that quite at that level right now. So that's why when people talk about Mikel Arteta, they go, oh, well, sack Arteta, get another manager and getting Filippo Inzaghi. If Inzaghi comes in tomorrow with Trossard as your left winger, and you've got Martinelli and you Havertz, that's not better than Liverpool's front three right now. So they don't win the title. I think it's a matter of right now adding another profile. And you asked me for problems in the current team. We don't have players that attack spaces. Enough of those at least. Havertz is actually one of the few players that makes runs in behind to get to into goal scoring positions. So the likes of Sesko or an Isak, a proper outlet striker who attacks spaces, who moves inside the box, who can dominate the area, is something that we don't really have. It's a singular change. You look about us being out of the cups, out of against United, out against Newcastle. Those two games, I don't know if all of you guys watched it, we had a lot of chances. Let's just say we had an Isak in those games there, or a Sesko, or a Gyökeres, or a Osimhen. We win both games comfortably. So we generate opportunities right now. It's a matter of finishing them. But even the best strikers in the world miss chances. You look at Erling Haaland, he always tops the most big chances missed kind of fan. So it's about how many opportunities you generate as well. But if that's not what you want to hear, then you can cook away because you're not cooking nothing.
It's not even a cooking thing. Like at this point, I'm just looking at a guy who's just keeping up a facade because he has to keep up a facade. I know. So
we don't agree with each other. It's a facade. So I think you're putting a facade as well.
It's not even that. It's because I know.
That tweet is so stupid, by the way, Matisse. You realise that? Because he's on course for a 20-goal season. Is he not?
So why are you trying to replace him then?
Yeah.
It's not replacing him. How many times have I got to say it? It's not replacing him.
Isak is a replacement.
It's not replacing.
If you weren't replacing him, you would sign a backup striker. So why didn't you sign a backup striker? No, so why didn't you sign a backup striker then?
As a backup striker to Havertz.
Why do you need to spend 100 million on
as
Isak?
a backup striker to Havertz? No, it's not about Isak. You got Sheska as well. You can coexist. You know how you got Man City had last year? They had Haaland and they had Alvarez. Yeah, Havertz isn't our Haaland. He is our Alvarez. He's a secondary striker who can play like Alvarez can play up front as well.
Now,
hold on.
Now we're getting somewhere.
We're getting there.
You keep putting up tweets that are factually true, by the way, because he's on course for a 20-goal season. So I'm not trying to put there as well.
I agree with you with your last statement that Havertz should be your. But isn't that? Can you not accept that he's not been good enough and he's not been a success? I think that's what Toby.
I think as Erling Haaland, if that's your expectation, no, he's not been a success. But as a Julian Alvarez, the numbers are good. The numbers are good.
Wait.
Okay, tell me right now the numbers are bad. Toby, because you don't rate the player. That's fair enough. You're not going to ever rate the player.
You're not going to Julian Alvarez your way out of this. He is your highest earner. He was brought as your marquee. He was brought as your
franchise player, man.
He was brought as your marquee signing.
Yeah, he's your franchise player. One of your franchise players.
Yes. Doesn't exist.
You're not going to Julian Alvarez.
Saliba don't exist. Rice don't exist.
No. Man City signed Julian Alvarez. You can keep interrupting me all you want. Man City signed Julian Alvarez for like 12 million quid from the Argentinian league. That does not compare.
Unknown. We're not quality. We're talking profiles, my brother. Do you know there's types of players?
Let me just ask you this.
It's not about where you signed them from.
Riddle me this, Babs. Is Brennan Johnson a good player to you?
Brennan Johnson?
Is Brennan Johnson a good player?
I think he's a fine player. I don't think he's amazing, but I think he's an all right player.
Is he better than Martinelli to you?
As a left winger, no. As a right winger, but that's his best area as a right side.
No. As a forward.
So he's not better than Martinelli, no.
Okay, but he's got more goals than Martinelli.
Yeah.
In all competitions, he's got more goals than Martinelli.
Because he plays in a team where he's more of a goal scorer. But Martinelli right now is not being in great form either.
What do you mean he plays?
That's a fact.
He's
getting onto the end of crosses. Martinelli's producing the crosses, no?
No, the reason why Martinelli
and also we're going to go for one season sample size as well. By the way, we're not talking about. You're talking about Johnson this season. What about last season or the year before that? Football didn't exist before then.
You can't say that, man.
You're a lost cause.
So what do you guys think? Martinelli's better than Martinelli?
Martinelli's a
forward.
No,
that's the point I'm trying to make to you. I don't think he's better than Martinelli. That's the point I'm trying to make to you.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm saying you are so fixated on, Havertz has scored 8 goals. He's done this.
It's not about the goals. One second.
So what is it about? Tell me. What is it about?
We've come from a striker. Our last striker before Kai Havertz was obviously Gabriel Jesus. But I'm talking before that. We're talking Alexander Lacazette. Because Aubameyang for Arteta plays as a winger, right? We didn't have players that moved inside the box to get themselves into goal-scoring positions. Issue with Lacazette was what Man United have with Xerxes right now. Outside the box, too focused on bombing into players. Hoyland, we see that. What Havertz also offers Arsenal is something that we haven't had in that period, which someone inside the box finds himself in space and therefore tries to exploit it. That's his profile. If you don't think that's his profile, then you don't watch the player enough.
It's not about his profile. Into so many
brother.
No one's questioning his profile.
So 1 second. So 20 goals this season and 14. Let's just say he gets 20 this season. Okay, 14 right now. 14 this year and 14 last year. He's a shit player. I think you're misunderstanding it. You don't have to rate the player as world class, but he's still a decent player.
So
you keep saying he's shit as if he should be fighting a relegation. So why did Real Madrid want him then?
They didn't want him because they didn't.
Oh, they didn't want him.
Buy him. They didn't buy him.
No, they didn't want him. So if
they didn't buy him,
the team doesn't buy the player, whatever.
As Arsenal's main man, Arteta's bought Havertz as his striker. He has. He's not said to him, "You're the backup striker." He's bought Havertz to win in the league. Arsenal fans said he needed a midfielder. You got Declan Rice.
Well, that's not entirely true, by the way.
But you're saying on here now, 14 goals this and 14 goals that. That ain't good enough to win a league. That's not good enough to win a
As a
league.
secondary, it is, though, isn't it?
Alvarez will knock 2022, and he comes on as a substitute. You can't win the league with a striker that's scoring you 14 goals. That's why you now need a striker.
That's what. No, but the point is, if the idea Matisse keeps putting up is if Havertz, if we sign Isak or whoever, that Havertz gets replaced. I don't think so. I think he'll still play a part of the team. That's why we spend the wages.
I agree with what you said before. If you sign an Isak or someone, Havertz becomes the Alvarez.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Your manager,
but nobody's disputed that.
Your manager in his mind, he's thinking Havertz is his Haaland because he started the season with him. He didn't see a problem. But we now know there's a problem, a striker-shaped problem, because Liverpool have turned up and just blown everyone away. And I'm not calling. You know, of all the talk that the Arsenal fans have said in the last 2 or 3 seasons, that if there was ever going to be a Manchester City slip-off, we all thought on this panel, we admit it or not, that Arsenal would win the league. Nobody expected Liverpool this season.
Yes, a surprise.
So all I'm saying is, as an Arsenal fan, you must be disappointed now that you're not there.
I'm disappointed also in my club, in the sense of the ambition we're showing, because we talked about, so you said Havertz, Mikel thinks Havertz is the guy. To an extent he does, of course, that's why you've gone with him, but we also went for Chesko in the summer.
Yeah, but this is where it goes round and round.
Babs, are you going to address this?
Matisse, 1 second, he will address it.
I'm trying to address 3-4 things at once, bro.
Exactly, it's not fair. 1 second.
Like, what's this, bro?
No,
we act like we don't have all bad takes at times, bro. And also, I agree. I still stand by that, by the way.
It's not a problem, but you have to make a retraction.
No, I'm talking about that take there.
What you're doing is you're coming on here and you're pretending like you don't need a 100 million.
Kai, bro? What is it about you and Kai Havertz, bro? Why does it break your heart if he scores a goal? I don't get it with Chelsea fans and Havertz, bro.
You said that because you've been talking about him on your timeline for the longest about Chelsea fans.
So I'm now
responding for Chelsea fans because you're always talking
as an Arsenal player about an Arsenal player.
You're always atting Chelsea fans on the timeline about this player.
Because you're always crying about Havertz, and as you can see right now, look how emotional you're getting.
Hold on a second. We were correct.
Hyperactive Matisse. Oh my God, Havertz. Oh,
we were correct about the player. We were correct about the player, and it's only right that if your opinion is wrong, then retract it. Then don't start skirting around.
You're looking at
saying,
black and white,
he's a second striker.
No, because very black and white. Right, wrong, right, wrong, right. It's not SATs, bro. It's not an exam. We're doing 6-mark questions here, bro.
You're trying to pretend that your manager is now going to move him back into midfield to be a second choice striker. You're not going to take Odegaard out of the team.
We'll see.
No. You're not going to.
There's no we'll see. It's not going to happen.
No, there's no we'll see. Let's just stop playing games.
You're trying to.
Grizz, let me land my point. You're trying to pretend, and it's fine. You wanna dance around the issue. Okay. You want to dance around the issue. It's very clever.
Okay,
but we
you want me to admit Havertz is an awful player. That's what you want.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying for that. But I'm saying that you should be at least admitting that you're 65. Your 65 million, 275k asset, is a bench striker behind a Isak. That is what you should be admitting, in my opinion, considering you now are trying to retract that he's not a striker and he needs to move into second choice striker when you know your manager doesn't play with two strikers.
Listen, let me correct
that. That's all I'm saying.
I think he is a striker, right? I think he is a striker. But to win a league, he is not the striker. To win a league as a secondary option, he's very good.
But when
That's why at Leverkusen, when he was playing as a secondary striker, he was scoring 15, 16, 17 goals a season.
When you signed
One second, let me explain the profile of the player. Again, bro, you man keep interrupting this shit, bro. What's wrong with you, man, bro? You man are grown men, bro. Let me speak for God's sake, bro.
You're talking about Leverkusen.
I'm midpoint, and again, it's jumping into it.
How old is Kai Havertz now?
Kai Havertz is 24, 25.
24 years old. So he was at Leverkusen literally 5 years ago. Why are you bringing up Leverkusen now?
Because I'm trying to use it as an example to explain where he has played at a high level.
Get it?
Why is that hard to understand?
TOBS, what I don't understand now is he's either saying
he's not played at
Arteta has misprofiled him for the last 18 months, or when they signed him and they needed to win the league, that's what they signed him for. Babs is now saying he wasn't actually ready to help Arsenal win the league. So why did you sign him?
At that time, he came up on the market as a profile that we didn't have. That's what I said back last season as well, remember? To go long to drive into the box, to score goals, and he did. 14, end of the season, came to against Chelsea, score goals.
But
and that's the whole point.
Matisse, Babs, this is where I've come to. So you've now reached the point where you're admitting now that he was the profile that we needed at the time. Now, 2 seasons on, now you're saying, to now win the league, we need to now bring in £100 million striker. But your club is suggesting, okay, but the profile of caliber of strikers that you're looking at are a certain amount, which you're not forking out for.
Yeah.
So who's messed up here? Has Pep messed up? Not Pep. Arteta messed up here because he thought Havertz was the profile of player that you needed, which would enable your rest of your forwards to score enough goals, i.e. Martinelli, Trossard, Saka. You haven't got over the line, regardless. Now you're saying to get over the line, we now need to play Havertz in a different profile, play him in a different situation as a second striker, and then bring in a target bagsman. But you seemingly...
Not really a target bagsman. I wouldn't say a target bagsman.
Okay, seemingly
a guy who attacks space as well.
So like we
do have the funds for that, by the way. No, we do have the funds for that, but go on, continue.
Okay, I don't think you have, because I told Turkish you're not going to spend 100 million
pounds on Francesco?
And he was like, we will. Huh?
I'm talking about like a 60, 70 million pound striker. We can afford that.
I think you're refusing to spend that money. And Arteta has come out and hinted that it is difficult, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But if you spend 70 million pound plus, that's another thing that you are claiming now that, okay, now we made an error and it's fine. I think what the guys are trying to get at is it's fine. You made an error in...
Honestly, it happens.
No.
Against.
I think... Go on. No, I'm just going to finish my point. I think it was an error thinking Havertz is the final piece of the jigsaw. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I think with Kai Havertz this season, if we had Bukayo Saka fit, Odegaard fit, Saliba fit, like Liverpool have their main players fit, for example, we still win the league title.
We haven't a Diego Jota fit.
I mean, they were fit.
I mentioned your spine players.
I'm going to say it all the time.
Van Dijk, Saliba.
Let's move on.
So Van Dijk, Salah, Trent, those are your spine. The outfield players, that's your main go-to players, no?
Alisson's been out half of the season.
I said outfield players.
You talk about my spine. Only Salah and Van Dijk have been the constants.
Yeah.
Trent's been out.
Who do you think is our equivalent to Mo Salah? Like in our team?
We're not doing this. I can't be asked.
Why not?
Rice. I think it's Rice.
So you wouldn't say Saka's our Salah?
And I think it's Rice in terms of importance.
I think importance-wise,
not profile. Because I'm not comparing Saka to Salah. I tell you why.
The reason why
Salah is levels. Okay. Salah is one of the greatest players the Premier League has ever seen.
I'm talking importance to
I'm talking about importance to the team, relevance to the team. I think it's Rice personally. Rice has been ever present, pretty much.
Can we move on to predictions, please? Because I'm tired of talking about Havertz, man. Bavs, run us through your predictions, man, please.
I say 3-1 Arsenal.
Fair enough. 3-1 Arsenal. SAEED. No, we'll come back to SAEED. Turkish has gone for 2-1 Arsenal. I'm gonna go for 3-1 Arsenal. I think Wolves defensively just...
Is it at Emirates?
No, it's a Molineux.
In fact, you know what? I'm gonna go for 2-1 as well. I'm gonna go for 2-1.
Is that Molineux?
It's at Molineux, yeah.
2-1 Arsenal.
Okay. GRIZZ. SAEED, what score you going for?
The toilet. I'm gonna say 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1, fair enough. GRIZZ?
2-0 Arsenal.
2-0. And Matisse?
2-1 Arsenal.
Everyone's gone 2-1.
Fair. Let me just go through some super chats quickly. There's Bear. There's one for you, Bavs. Early one. Bavs, would you take a 1-0 loss in the Invincible season for a UCL? If the answer is no, then you're a disgrace.
No.
I don't think you're a disgrace for that, you know. I can't lie.
People get bad emotional football nowadays. I'll get
it. Yep. Wow, this one's kind of rude. I don't even want to read this one. This is very rude. Doesn't deserve
we're not going to read rude super chats.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. AP says we are the spicy Arsenal, the club I absolutely hate. I don't know if that's about Arsenal or about Chelsea. I don't know. Sean, wait, what? What the fuck?
It's just some deluded Arsenal fucking mutant again, it crying his eyes out.
I didn't even know what that was. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, there's way too many weird super chats. There's another one here. Arsenal and Liverpool are having a reverse injury luck as last season. Babs, you didn't win is that a league? You didn't win a league.
I think he means league last year with other things. Yeah, true.
When Saliba played all 38 games, 90 minutes.
Yeah, but Man City obviously got 92 points. I don't think Liverpool need 92 to win the league this year.
Anyway, this guy called me a bad host. Why don't you come and host then, pussy? Yeah. All right, cool. Let's move on, man. Grizz, there's a bare super chats for you. In fact, sorry, let's move before we move on.
I thought they might today.
This actually came in. So more GNA than Nicholas Jackson.
So far.
more GNA than Nicholas Jackson, who played 1,000 minutes less than Havertz and didn't stat pad in cups. Congrats.
Yeah.
Not to mention that Nicholas Jackson never had a bloody academy experience, is 6 years behind in development and 3 times less money and wages. Shut up.
Yeah, well, stat padding in the Champions League doesn't count nowadays, Bradley, because that's where most of the scores are also from. Cup competitions.
I mean,
cup competitions.
How many? You know what? I ain't gonna.
He's got 3 in the last 3, by the way. I'm just saying. In Champions League.
Listen, Babs, I ain't rising to it. I'm just reading all the super chats. The United game in the North London derby tells us exactly what is wrong with the Arsenal team at the moment. Take out Saka, the team's dead, and we have no leading man up front now. Guarantee us 15 to 20 goals a season. Arteta failed in that. And then another one. The problem is Havertz is not a title-winning team-level starting striker, but stop calling a player with 18 GNA shit. The disrespect is unreal. I'm going to call him shit and double down. And the fact that you're talking about GNA...
Do you know what?
No, one sec. The fact that you're talking about GA for a striker, the streets is done, man. It's over.
But he's got 4 more of those are goals. But my response to that is that I don't think Toby will... I don't think you ever can rate Havertz. You know the reason why is because he's just not your type of player. He's not an aesthetic type of player. He's not a player who will beat his man. He's not got that quality. It's just how I'm talking. My point of view is Havertz for me does the things he does best are more underrated. Movement, stuff like that. That isn't flashy to the eye. That's why, for example, Pedro Neto gets rated pretty highly to an extent by Premier League fan bases. But when I saw the stat that Martinelli's got more goals this season in the league that Pedro's got in the last 2 years combined, no one talks about that because Pedro Neto can beat his man 1v1 and people go, wow, he's amazing. But
it's not even aesthetically pleasing.
It's not aesthetics, though.
My point is, it's more on the aspect of player, man. Havertz is a player. Havertz will always be judged on goals and assists because that's his job in a sense of he gets into the goal scoring position. That's his best attribute. That's what you pay the money for in a sense. Yeah, and but if you don't get scores, if you don't score goals, he won't get rated. And I think that's
Babs, I don't think he gets numbers at a good he gets numbers at a good rate. I think in 2024 for Arsenal, I think he did hit it at a good rate, but that's an anomaly for Havertz. That's an anomaly for Havertz. In his time in England, that is an anomaly for Havertz.
Yeah, and I agree. But even at Chelsea, he had a year where he had 14 goals as well.
The number of league goals scored, if you look at the conversion rate, it's an anomaly, and you can see that's reverting to type now. And
I don't think it's
you say
even this
one sec. My last point in this, you say it's an aesthetic.
We've got to move on, man. Look at the time.
I promise you, it's not an aesthetics thing. He's just not good. I don't
Fair
rate
enough,
him.
man. Look, that's how I saw it. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Anyway, let's move on. Grizz, Liverpool. Talk to me. Liverpool.
A couple of minutes on Liverpool, I don't mind, man. Yeah, we keep it moving. We're making very good teams look very ordinary. Lille are unbeaten in 21, beating Real Madrid, beating Atletico Madrid, and they took another scalp as well. A lot of people are talking about them. A lot of young players, obviously Jonathan David up front, but it was very comfortable, man. We were so good and so in control. Without coming out of third gear, I thought, I don't even think there was a standout player. Everyone was just nice. Everything was just nice and smooth. Curtis Jones, a little injury. I didn't want injuries. I didn't really care about the game too much because I know we're through anyway. So it was a chance to rotate and rest a few, but this guy likes momentum. He only changes 2-3 players at a time. And yeah, on to Ipswich, who got battered 6-0. They're not going to want to get battered 6-0 again. So I hate games like that when the other teams just got smashed to bits because they're going to be harder, tougher. They put up a good first half against us on the opening day of the season, but then we work things out. We get an early goal. It's going to be cozy and rosy. But obviously, when you're in a title race, the longer it stays 0-0, anything can happen. Robertson red card against Fulham, prime example. Otherwise, we'd be sitting very pretty now if Robertson didn't get a red card. But all swings and roundabouts, every team has bits that they can moan about or complain about. And for me, I just want an early goal, man. I don't want another team to have a bloody head start on us. But yeah, our forwards are not functioning properly, though. Salah, Gakpo, and Diaz little bit out of form, man. Last few weeks, last month, I think the midfield is balling. McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch are carrying us through this period. Virgil van Dijk is up for player of the season, in my humble opinion. I think he's been world class pretty much every game. But our front three, it's just Jota came off the bench and changed the game. Elliott, Chiesa, Nunes, all our squad fringe players are pulling us out of the fire. I need our front three, the main starting front three, Diaz, Gakpo, and Salah, to get back on form, because things can get sketchy very quickly in this Premier League, we know. But yeah, Ipswich at home, there shouldn't be any problems. But I said the same thing for so many other home dead games like that. With Fulham, as I said, the same thing as well. So we need to get that first goal and make things cozy and rosy.
Fair. I ain't really going to address anything else there, man. I mean, this Ipswich at home, I'm just going to ask for predictions, unless anyone else has anything to say on that.
No, they're going to be
answers, man. SAEED, let's get going.
I'm going to say 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0. Turkish has gone for 5-1 Liverpool. I initially had 3-0, but I'm going to go for 2-0 because I feel like your attackers, I don't know, like peppering teams, but not really scoring enough at the moment.
I just talked you into that one, innit?
You did. You actually did. Because I went for 3-0, but then I said, you know what? They're actually not putting teams to the sword, are they?
Yeah.
Steve, what are you going for?
4-0 Liverpool.
4-0 Liverpool. GRIZZ?
2-0.
2-0. If we get this, yeah, don't worry, I got you.
Can you give me 1 point for viewers?
No.
Dedicate.
3-0. 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool. Okay. And then we got Tottenham v Leicester.
Surely you beat them.
We got Tottenham v Leicester.
Relegation 6-pointer.
I ain't gonna build. You know what? Before we do that, let me
relegation 6-pointer.
Before we do that, let me go through some super chats. Let me. So,
he's not wrong.
AK says Liverpool, the most watched Premier League club globally this season. 17 Premier League games unbeaten, top of the Prem and the Champions League. GRIZZ, what is Slot cooking? Now they're gonna believe us.
Nah, he's doing a fucking amazing job, like on and off the pitch. Like his character and personality is coming out as well in press conferences when he talks as well now. So I just hope and pray he gets over the line, because then it's the time to talk. Now's not the time to talk. Now's the time to have fun and enjoy and cherish the moments. But once he gets over the line, then we're going to talk properly.
Fair. And here's another one as well. It says, Shams says, Salam GRIZZ, any chance you get Turkey?
I've always said, if the price becomes an opportunistic buyer like Liverpool and our owners work with, if you're talking below 15 million euros, then I think we'll be in there.
22, they said, isn't it? 22 million.
Yeah, I don't think we'll pay that. I think if we're just looking to, like, sort of, if we get him on the cheap, we do like him, but you know, we'll have a little bargain in. If he's about 10, 12 million, yeah, go on.
Fair. There's another one here from Bizarre GRIZZ. Big up Bizarre, he's a member of the channel. He says, big up to the crew. GRIZZ, what is going on at our club with these contracts? We are in Feb soon and nothing close. Someone should get sacked for this mess.
If they do, they do. But we should concentrate on the football, man. It's mad. We're a mad football team right now. Let the people that deal with these kind of things know what they're doing. If they do know what they're doing. If they don't, then some will leave. If they do, then all three will be signed. So until we have clarification, there's no point having a fit either way, because none of them are slacking off because of the contract, as you guys can see. Yeah. So it's either they sign or they don't, and we'll address it accordingly. If they don't sign, heads will have to roll 100%.
And I think you're one of your. I think your head's one of the heads that has to roll.
No problem. Yeah.
I've got some bookmarks of you, brother. I've got some bookmarks of you, brother. And it's gonna be pretty.
Versus heads have to roll like you got one of the ITK.
Head have to roll.
I agree. My head's gonna roll.
You gonna roll.
On the flip side, you still haven't told me on the flip side.
On the flip side, if you're right, we move. We move to the next one.
Oh, we move.
We move to the next one.
I'm gonna move on your headpiece. Yeah, watch. I'm gonna move on your neck.
Hey, let's quickly wrap up some super chats before we get predictions. So this pussy old Turkish, he goes, "Don't listen to the haters, Tobes. You're getting better as a host. Leave your dick out as proud as I am. If you saw this pussy old, he can't even use his apostrophes properly, man. Come on, it's a apostrophe after the U and then an E at the end of the R, man. Come on. You're better than that. You're better than that. Babs, there's a weird super chat here. I don't know if I should read it because I don't know what it's referring to. Something about Robbo red card and hugging Lee. The heck is this about?
Oh, Lee was hugging me. Yeah. Do you know that game where was it Liverpool? Was it 2-2 against Fulham?
Yeah, Robertson got a yellow red card and you man was celebrating.
Oh yeah. So at that moment, I was just said, calm down, and Lee's just grabbed me like that.
The hog gate.
I was like, yo, calm down, bro.
Gunnar Lee, yeah, Gunnar Lee.
It was hilarious, bro.
Okay, let me talk, Gunnar Lee. Let me talk.
Yeah, but he was like, bless him, man. He was emotional at the time, and he thought like we could have won that game.
Gunnar Lee is very, very funny. He's so emotional, and all summer he was talking the most about Liverpool's downfall, and now
he's saying Liverpool won the league though.
And now he's
saying this is another one for you as well. Don't forget this one. Don't forget this one. This brother was telling us Nunes' comparison to Werner was insane and that he was eating last season. Of course, he don't want to see the mad outrage on Garnacho.
Makes no sense.
It does make a lot of sense. Anyway,
it doesn't. Makes no sense.
Predictions. Tottenham,
Leicester. Go back.
Predictions. I ain't previewing this game. I ain't talking about the Europa League. I don't care.
Dead.
Yeah,
come on.
Dead game, man. Hoffenheim.
Come on.
Dead team.
SAEED, come on.
Brother, if you don't beat Tottenham, man, you're gonna be kicked out of this big six. I can't lie.
100%.
You're demoted.
100%. 100%.
But
you are finished.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3-0 Tottenham.
Okay, cool. I've gone for 3-1 Tottenham. Turkish has gone for 3-1 as well. Steve?
2-1 Tottenham.
2-1 Spurs.
Spurs, yeah?
Yeah. GRIZZ?
2-0.
2-0.
Spurs.
Matisse?
Yeah.
Fam, give us the prediction, man.
You lot are so shit. I don't know what to say. Fucking hell, man. 2-1 Tottenham.
2-1 or 3-1? 2-1.
2-1. Fucking hell.
All right, calm. 2-1 Tottenham. And Babs?
3-2 Leicester.
You know what? This guy, man, and he wonders. He actually wonders.
They've got under more pressure, you know, because like, look, they're 17th, you're 15th. They can leapfrog. Incentive, relegation incentive, bro. I think they're fighting for their lives, and so are you, man. So,
you know what's mad?
If Leicester win,
what's the situation?
Jamie Vardy's having a party.
What he said there. What's the situation
score-wise, points-wise?
It's like it's a distance still. I think
there's a
5-6 point gap. So that's why Leicester needs to win that game to close the gap.
There's a lot. But anyway, Babs, thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming to the Lions. You know what? You've bobbed and weaved. You did all right, but you will be made to pay for your sins this season. Which is what the sins? we ain't getting into that again, man.
We're not getting
support my player.
No, you're not winning anything. You're not winning anything. That's
you gotta win something, Babs.
The biggest punishment you receive is not cooking and all this bullshit from us and whatnot. Not winning anything, man. It's
a big punishment.
Very, very bad.
Time to salvage it.
Waka waka Samina
Okay, yeah, this is
down the drain. Alejandro scores again. Waka waka
It's not even a right song. You know what? Yeah.
You ended it on that note.
Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. What up, man? This is the game.